Hey everyone, Egman here with a special guest, Alex Wilking.
Hello.
That is how you say your last name. I just we prepped
Yep.
and okay, cool. Yeah.
You and Dusty got it on the nose the first time, and I was really happy about that.
Awesome. I'm not a stranger to people mispronouncing my last name. So, anyways, you went to Atlantic City last weekend and you played in the PPG Atlantic City tournament. How'd that go for you?
Day one was awesome. Day two, not so great. Except for the Team Wars was a ton of fun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Definitely would suggest that to anybody who has doubts about it. It's really fun.
Yeah, I'm not really much of a team player, so I've always shaded away from it. But someone's actually, told me how it works out, and I'm actually, if I end up going to the celebrations event, I'll probably enter that. It seems like a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, you see a ton of unique decks playing in the 3v3s.
Oh, I bet. So, and talking about unique decks, you brought a Shenron deck that didn't run Gogeta. What did you bring?
I brought Shenron Buu, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah.
And Blue Yellow.
Yep. And so we've got on the screen right here. It's really it looks really optimized. And how did you like it? How did it fare for you?
Oh, it was awesome. Honestly, this deck, in my opinion, has no bad matchups.
Mm-hmm.
The only two losses I took in the entire tournament, aside from dropping like one game, obviously, I lost to Ryan Severin, who was the winner of the overall event.
Yeah, who didn't drop a game all weekend, right? Like he
got a draw with someone. That's the I know.
Okay.
He, when we went into the final round, he had a draw, and I was undefeated, and then he obviously beat me.
Mm-hmm.
But at that point, we were both like, "We're in. It doesn't really matter." Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And then day two, I lost to Nick. He was 14th place, and he just had the barrier blocker Goku, which was like a really solid side. It's probably the best side card. Any barrier blocker is just really good against this deck.
Yeah, I saw a lot of those. I'm like, that seems interesting, but I'm not sure what matchup it's for now. Like, oh, obviously it's for this is one of them.
I think it's for Gogeta, actually. I think they've
okay.
A lot of the 7-drop Gogeta decks play the 5-drop now, so when you put blockers out, they just 5-drop Gogeta you first, put your blockers away. But I think it works both ways. Hey, look at that.
Yeah, definitely. It makes a lot of sense for it. Like just other Shenron decks in general. So cool. Yeah. So let's go through. I'm going to go through the list. So you've got 4 Bardocs and 4 Scrambling Goten because you're running yellow and you're not. You like to win.
Yep. It's for battering laser, honestly.
Yeah. Really.
MVP.
Yeah, definitely. You're running 2 Dragon Ball Seeker Sorbet. Was he? Did you actually ever play him or how?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, so people think he's a weird choice, but realistically, they look at it this way. When you play against Storm, you want to open like 1 Dragon Ball and pray you're going first. So that way you at least awaken on turn 3.
Yeah.
But if you open Sorbet, it's like already opening a Dragon Ball. And if you draw him late game, you either pitch him for the EX Kid Buu or you pitch him for Battering Laser.
Yeah.
So it's not really that big of a deal.
Yeah.
You draw him late.
Yeah, and it just gives you another 1-drop to play. Like either you're playing Bardock, and if you don't, I mean, chances are you're going to have Sorbet or something like that. So that seems smart to me. The rest of the yellow package, you've got 3 Battering Laser and 3 Personal Ambition. I think that's a good ratio for that.
Yep. The only thing I would change is maybe I might cut Battering Laser to 2 because of how much Borgos is running around.
Sure.
So it frees up a little bit of space in the deck because it's really tough. Siding is really hard.
Oh, I bet.
Like my side deck is honestly hot garbage.
Yeah. I wouldn't say that, but I'd say side decking is always the hardest thing of anything. Not only what you put in, but what you change in game 2 and 3. That's probably it's so difficult.
Yeah, I'll explain more if you want to dig into that.
We'll go into the side deck next. But we've got, and then also to finish the rest of the yellow, we've got 3 Personal Ambition. So and then let's go into, so obviously you run 7 Dragon Balls and 3 Child's Wish. Any thought of doing 4 Child's Wish, or do you consistently see what you need by?
So I hate 3 ofs and 4 ofs. So it's really weird. Like 4 Child's Wish I see too much, and 3 Child's Wish loses me a game because I don't see it the whole match.
Yeah.
So, but when you play 4, it like causes really awkward charges. The deck wants to charge it wants to go like yellow or blue turn 1 depending on the matchup, and then follow it up with the opposite color. Then plus it doesn't matter what the third color is, but it always needs to be a color. So it needs to be blue, and then have a personal. It needs to have. Sorry, it needs to be a blue and then have a Senzu Bean follow up, or it needs to be a dual yellow and then follow up with a personal ambition to restand the blue energy. So you can do all the plays quickly. So like, that's also why personal ambition's in there. So you can go like, oh, I haven't seen enough blue yet. Okay, charge a second yellow, and then make the 5-drop Buu, and then play personal ambition to restand the other blue, and then go to EX Buu in one turn. But that's why three Child's Wish kind of messes that up. I had to charge it one turn, and it really like killed my whole momentum.
Oh, I bet. Yeah.
And but yeah, 4 is too cloggy, and I don't play World Peace because it's not worth it. There's not. I mean, most of the Boos end up in my hand anyway.
Yeah, I wouldn't either. If you have 4 energy, you'd either want to use the 3rd Shenron's Wish, or you wouldn't be playing the Wish for free, or some. Yeah. It just wouldn't make sense to me. So I think.
Yeah, and some games do get to 5, but they never get to 5 consistently. Where you're like, oh, I wish I had a World Peace randomly, or things like that. I would just spin them hitting most of the time. Or
yeah, I'm guessing you're probably wishing, man, I wish it finished the game last turn, right? That kind of
exactly,
thing. Yeah.
exactly.
So, and then for the Majin Buu, so you got 3 out of control, evil Majin Buu, obviously, and 4 of the. What, did I say 3 out of control, or did I say 4?
You said 4. Yeah.
Okay.
4.
Okay. So yeah, 4. I saw the 3 energy cost, and I had jitters. And then also 1 God Absorber Majin Buu. Did you ever go into that one, or was he?
Yeah. So I have to give a shout out to somebody because he told me if you ever do any kind of breakdown, I want a shout out. So Jimmy Sherman, shut up.
Yeah.
So he and I were playtesting the deck. He was more playtesting it like prior, because I had prior experience with it a little bit after. I played it day 2 of Nationals for the Gunslinger.
Yeah.
So I understand all the lines of play already, and he was like, man, I draw these 5-drops so much, blah 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 blah. And in that spot, we had actually had a 1-drop Bulma ahead of time. So I was saying like 1-drop Bulma is good against Janemba, like if you draw too many 5-drop, you can combo them away, play it. It's not that big of a deal. And he was like, well, if I just had the 5-drop Fat Buu in there, you know, at worst I could hit somebody from 5 to 3 and then EX and just go. And it is also another target, so you don't have to waste that 1 energy playing Bulma first.
Sure.
So he swapped it. I caved and just did it.
Yeah.
And he was right. It only came in handy 1 time for me. But if it hadn't been there, I wouldn't have won that game. So it's not like the double strike matters. It's just making the Buu, the 5-drop or higher Buu matters.
Yeah.
Because I was killing people from 6 like most of my games.
Yeah, because you get so much reach with a 60k or triple strike, triple attack guy. So
yeah, I mean, well, it's 70k if you give it triple attack.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
And most of the time you go first swing, and then they go negate. You battering the negate. You send Zubin back up to yellow, and you're like ready to catch the second triple strike. So that's usually how it goes. I really kind of wish like my match with Eric Goodwin was on stream, because that was a really solid match for both of us. I think he played it as well as he could, and then he just didn't have like the Yajirobe defense as much.
Sure, yeah, because he had a more kind of aggressive version of Janemba Mill, which is funny because I made a mistake when I inputted his deck and I put Yajirobes, and he commented on the thing like, oh, I don't have Yajirobes, but I bet he really did against this deck. So
yeah,
and
all in all, phenomenal player though. Definitely waiting for a rematch with Eric.
Yeah, and yeah, he got second. So.
Yeah, he stole second from me actually. So I beat him in round 7, and then played Ryan, and then they announced it. And they were like second Eric Gooder, and I was like, what? But you can't.
But you beat him. You beat him, right? How's that pan out?
Yeah, and the thing about it is too is the 15th place player was also a Janemba player, so I would have played Janemba either way. So
yeah, and then what else? And then you're running 3 Majin Fire Stealth Supreme Kai as your...
Four.
Four. Okay, yep, there it is. And I can't remember offhand. What does this guy do, and why do you run him?
Okay, so he's critical, and then his effect is when you attack with this card, you can target it, or choose an opponent's 3 or less battle card on the field and return it to their hand.
Okay.
And with the out of control evil Majin Buu, he allows you to place a battle card underneath him, and then go and grab any 5-drop, I believe it's blue Buu, and place it on top. And then the buff Buu, the Peter Katani Buu, is his effect says if you when you target a card beneath him.
Okay, that's where it is.
Margin, yeah, if you target the South Kai, he gains all the abilities of that card.
Okay, yeah, I knew that, but but yeah, I forgot. What was it? Yeah, not every build is running the Majin Defier, but I can see why that's really powerful to get double dual attack crit like that. So.
You'd be surprised the spin is like just as valuable as the critical. Actually, I would say it's probably more valuable than crit because, like, at the end of the day, most of the time, if someone runs like 8 negates in their deck, that's like a little bit less than 10% of their deck. But they run a lot more combo pieces, and I care so much less about giving you a 5 to 10k combo piece, even if it's a pseudo or a super combo. That if you pick those up, I just don't care. But
yeah,
because
if
you pick up negates, that's a completely different story. I would rather have the critical than anything. The bounce effect than anything else because they put people were putting Borgos down everywhere at Atlantic City.
You're right. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah, I didn't think of it that way because you don't. Once you get Ultimate Evil out, you don't care about their hand, right? There's no way that they're going to out combo you. And
let's see, I swung onto the first number player. I think it was the first number player I played, and I swung into him for the last attack, or the first attack, or something like that. He got to like 95,000, and I was like at 110 after comboing. So I was like really impressed. I was like, that's really good. That's the closest anyone's ever gotten to like the final hit of Majin Buu without comboing him. Because I'm at 110. That's like you talking about like people slap down mirrors and then just scoop the game without even checking their combos.
Yeah.
So, like. It's the same in effect.
And just the fact that Ultimate Evil Majin Buu gets that triple strike, and that if they have 6 or less life, it doesn't matter you're Janemba, and it doesn't matter that they have the negate 1 attack for free. They don't have the window drop to use it, right? They have to be.
That's the whole thing.
Yeah, they'd have to do some sort of clever thing of getting hit once and then activating a blocker and awakening halfway through that. But
that's how the guy at the Nicholas. That's what he did. He took the first hit and then blocked and then awakened and then took the last one. And I knew it had to happen. Yeah. So when I passed, I was like, if it doesn't have Demon Sword, I have a chance. And then he Demon Sworded me and I scooped.
Yeah. So. Oh, yeah. Yeah. So that goes through the main deck, and then in the side, so you've got 3 Burnished Bonds Borgos. Just
thought process was for Storm. Like I needed to buy pretty much when I slap Borgos down. It goes. If it's turn 2, because I like to think I go, like, blue, scare them off, yellow, Burnished Bonds Borgos, and then Personal Ambition to restand the blue, so I have Senzu being active.
Yep.
And then I kind of just hope that they, like, that's enough to buy me a turn, and then I could just, off of their ineffectiveness to kill me, I can, like, in response, kill them. Because once they start slapping down Bardocks and stuff, like, they do 90% of the work for me.
Yeah, I was just about to say, yeah.
Yeah. I only ended up facing 1 Storm player, but it was day 2 because Storm for some reason wasn't like as prevalent as people think it was. Like there were people there playing Storm, like Jordan Marco was playing Storm.
Yeah.
There was like 4 Storms on the top,
and Justin Rios was as well. Yeah.
Eon or Eric was playing Storm. Their Storm was prevalent. It just wasn't as prevalent as like Orlando, where everybody, half the room was playing Storm. But yeah,
that's really good because I was really afraid set 5 came out and then they had nationals and then there was like no tournaments for a month and a half, so like no real meta developed, and I thought that was like a really weird like missed opportunity for a lot of experimenting. So
yeah, and I'm actually glad they announced the bans too ahead of time because actually it was really bad is that Clash of Fates came out the same like the day before the tournament, so. You're sitting there going like, oh, cool, like now I have to prep for a tournament like 3 weeks ahead of a blind format. It's not as much fun, but I'm glad they did the bans for like a Go 10 and stuff ahead of time because now like if you're prepping to go to Atlanta,
they've
ahead of time.
Yeah, because I think the last time they did something like that, they had like a 1 week or 2 week notice.
It was 9 days. It was the Atlanta event prior, and I was going with Red Blue SS3, and then I woke up on Wednesday, and they were like banned, and I was like, awesome! I don't know what I'm playing.
Yeah, I went to Dallas, and the kind of similar thing. I was going to play the Draft Box Vegeta, and like
they nerfed it.
Yeah, I think I had a week, but one group of people had like the tournament before that they had like 2 or 3 days, and I was like, man, that probably sucks for 2 or 3 people. But
the good news is Clash is more or less like not really meta defining with Storm in the meta. So now that it's out, it'll be good.
Yeah, but I know a lot of people were experimenting with the 2-drop Goku. So,
oh gosh.
Yeah, were you thinking about adding that to your deck, or what were your thoughts on that?
No, there's no space, honestly.
Okay.
I can tell you right now that the reason there's 3 Borgos is because I take the two Sorbets out, and then I take at that point I just started dropping the fat 5-drop Majin Buu and just praying I didn't draw my 5s.
Yeah.
But Borgos didn't like. Let's go through the whole thing. And I can tell you why my side deck was horrible.
Sure.
All right. So, did you want to keep going, or?
Yeah. So we got Majin Buu. Sorry, Dawn of Rampage. So. And from what I remember, he just gives if he's underneath a Buu, it gets barrier, right?
Yeah, that's the whole gist of him. He was supposed to be for like Janemba with demon swords. Because I played Janemba at Nationals.
Yeah. And
I played it with objections, so I got to 4 really fast, and I was able to demon sword the crap out of like the 7-drop Buu. But so this was to prevent that. But then everybody's still running around with Borgoses and stuff like that, and like problematic 1-drops or 2-drops that I need to get off the board. So because I needed to remove Borgoses so I could send Zubin back up in case they had double negate. So I sided him in 1 game and then sided him out game 2. So it really didn't. And then he just kind of sat there the whole day. He didn't really come in at all.
Yeah. Because the only other thing I'd be afraid of is Shugesh into explosive, since people are kind of running Broly. How prevalent was Broly? I was actually curious about that. Do you see a lot of Broly players? I know.
I can tell you.
Yeah, Justin Rios was the only one in the top 16, but
day 2 there was a ton of Broly's.
Okay.
There was but that was only for the
team.
the team event, which obviously you have someone's gonna run Shugesh.
Yeah.
So as far as I could see, the higher up tables, not a lot of Shugesh.
Okay.
I was actually shocked because round 4 round 4 is on stream. Round 5 when I played Jonathan Rodriguez, I was at table 3, and then I got up from table 3. And then I looked to my left, and the top 3 tables, or the 2 tables next to me, were all red-blue. Like,
wow.
It was like red-blue Frieza, red-blue Huragon, and red-blue Frieza. And I was like, holy crap, there's no yellow up here? Like, it was just kind of mind-blowing.
Yeah, that's crazy. And was there, I guess, we were on a tangent, but anyways, did you see any androids or how were they prevalent at all? Or
my teammate played an android like round 5, but I saw, oh man, my round 2 is so pitiful. I feel really bad. It's some new guy who had just come from like North Jersey.
Sure.
And he's only been playing the game for like a week, and he's playing like Android 13, and I was like, man.
Oof.
But I like tried to go like really easy on him, and then game 2 he started like speed surprise attacking all my Kid Boos, and I was like, this is actually annoying, but it was just like a minor roadblock. So I personally didn't see a lot of green, and I thought it was crazy because I thought androids with preemptive strike was huge. I know Danny Hype was playing Super 17, but I think I was told he was like 3 wins going in around 7, and I was like blown back by that.
I was and I don't know if it's more of like they were demoralized from like the ban list and stuff, and or just kind of deciding, okay, maybe we should try something else. But yeah, I was surprised that for the last 6 months we've if you look at the top 8, you'll see like 1 or 2 Android players, right? And so and maybe that is an issue, and that's probably why they banned it, because they're like maybe some other green decks can come to the table, but probably not until Sec 6.
I would like to think it was because Shenron hand control was so dominating in that matchup. Like, I just don't think you lose if you sit down across the table from Android with that deck. But that's another deck I didn't see a whole lot of. Like, I was looking for a lot of Shenron decks kind of just adopted that. The Shenron Kajita decks adopted that strategy of playing the 1-star ball. And, like, man, like, I played, I think, 2 of them, or 1 of them. And he made the mistake. He played that, I discarded Boo, and then I killed him next turn. Like, I was like, thanks for helping me discard it, man. Because that's the hardest matchup. When they don't attack me, I can't discard my fodder.
Yeah, because you can't attack either, so.
No, I play
you're right. You just
attack.
Don't get the free attack from your leader, I meant. But,
yeah, you're right. It was weird that there was no, and you can see the FR Vegeta is actually the reason I was worried about androids. So I would play him, like, that was the idea was, if they play an 18, Fiddler Defender 18, I could just play it, pop it,
untap 1,
go off.
Yeah, and so Did he stay in your side deck for most of the day then, or?
Almost everything in my side deck stayed in its place the whole day.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because like Dangerous Journey Bomb, I could see those because you were afraid of Mill, I'm guessing, or what was the?
Definitely.
Okay.
Yeah, it was definitely for Janemba. Which I played Janemba round 1 and then round 7 and 8. Those are the times I played Janemba, and she didn't come in handy in the first time I played Janemba because I killed him so fast game 1.
Yeah.
And then I think I did it the same game 2, and he just wasn't ready.
Yeah, I was curious.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was finish your analogy real quick. Your story.
I was just gonna say, when I played Eric Goodwin, I used them because I literally drew all of them, and then he milled, like I think 2 of them from me or something like that. So I used the Bulma to go back to send him back in, and then off the draw of Bulma, I drew the 5-drop again, and I'm like, I'm just gonna stop playing this game.
Sure.
I just draw way too many 5-drops, but
yeah, that's a really good point though, to recycle your 5-drops, and I can see that being really important for something where the card has to be in the deck, right? So
yeah,
but
yeah, Goten's in there. That's why the Goten's in there too. I mean, like I can't tell you how many times I've picked up off Goten, see 2 5-drops, and just
put them right back down. Yeah,
be gone thought to the bottom of the deck. So
yeah, so that's a really good point too. Yeah, because I'd think about against the Mill matchup, you probably wouldn't be in the danger of having 2 little cards in your deck by the time that you either win or lose. So
yeah, by the time I'm ready to go, I still have like 14, 16 cards in my deck.
Yeah.
And something I noticed from playing so many Janembas, I played 4 throughout the whole event. So something I noticed about, they don't mill as much anymore. So like I think someone like went down with like a pen and paper and like they did the math. Because against the Gogeta matchup, because like most of the time Demon Sword was the only thing that came down on me, and I noticed that some of them had only 2 of the what's the 4th, the special pack.
I know the one. Vendor. Yeah, and which is just strictly a worse Demon Sword, right? It's like,
I mean, for 1 energy, it's pretty sweet.
Yeah. But compared to,
compared to it doesn't remove anything. Definitely. In a sense, worse. Like, they swapped it in for, like, the 3-drop Fat Janemba.
Yeah, like, I saw a lot of that.
It's just weird. Like, they don't mill... I think obviously they can't mill that early in the game against me, but, like, when they got to their turn 4s, like, Eric Goodwin, like, tapped out against me the first time, and then he had a bunch of 10Ks and lost. So in game 2, when it was turn 4, when he was on 4 energy going first, he didn't, like, play it, obviously, to, like, kill it, because he lost to tapping out.
Yeah. And that makes sense, like, and... the deck definitely seems really defensive, and so as long as it is able to build a big enough wall, it should be fine. So
I honestly think Janemba is going to slightly be an issue going into post banless February.
Yeah, I can definitely see that being a thing. It'd be I'm really curious to see if a new kind of aggro mid range deck takes its place though afterwards. And I think Majin Buu is probably like in a really good spot too, because it's you hate Storm's gone, right? That's probably your worst matchup, or? Oh yeah,
Storm is more or less my worst matchup, which says I didn't see a whole lot of it. I was happy about, but Janemba is like I want to say a 50-50 because if they swing and mill my pieces, then I'm kind of in trouble. But the problem is they can die from 6. Like their whole big thing is I create this big defensive wall. Well, if I'm gonna give the secret away. If the Janemba players that are smart, they combo their hand away even when they're taking damage. So Nick and Eric Goodwin did this against me. They would attack my cards and then over combo. Or when I would like swing in with the 5-drop Buu, they would defensively combo to sparking 5. So then they could dimensional magic from 0 energy. Because they would toss a Mafuba at me and I would say no, battering, and then I'd have to restand for another yellow just in case they had the sparking. But they would also be able to build towards sparking. So that's the biggest problem as well.
That makes a lot of sense. So
yeah.
And then I guess the rest of your sideboard, you got 3 time control Konoha, I'm guessing.
Yep.
Did you play any yellow leaders this event, or?
No yellow. None whatsoever.
Okay.
I mean, Broly's the best, and I just didn't play him, honestly.
Yeah, I think he's really good.
Oh, he's fantastic.
Yeah.
If you don't play Konoha going into a blind format, like, I hate to take the words, but you're bad. Like, no offense. Like, if you go, I tell it to everybody, you should go into a blind formats playing something, because Shugesh is still a degenerate card if you if you aren't ready for it. So if you like, I went like the 3v3. I had to play against like my round one guy was a Broly, and he was playing the Krillin Chaozu stuff, but he was still playing like Mira, and then he was playing Shigeshu. And I was like, oh, if he's got it, he's got it. And then he bloodlusted my one-drop Bardock, and that's what won him the game. And I was like, okay.
Wow. Crazy. Yeah. Yeah, but Chrono is like, especially how hard it is for a card to be kind of stuck in your hand with combos and stuff. I think, you should... Two to three spots in your side deck should always be Chronoa right now.
Yeah.
So.
And the reason like a lot of the stuff is at like the numbers it is like 3 Chronoas, it was the same concept. Take 2 Sorbet out, put this in, and the Vegeta was the same. Take the 2 Sorbet out, and then take Vegeta would have been like take a personal ambition out. But then like the rampaging Buu the idea was take the Kai out to put it in, but then like there's nothing good. Like most people when you make the 5-drop Buu, if they can't out it by attacking it the next turn, then they just lose. And if I feel like they can out it by attacking it, I leave it in active mode. So, like, even then it's hard for them. Like, they have to, like, banish or Fumi or something, and I don't know. Nobody wants to overwhelm, really, anymore.
Yeah.
It's like Red Frieza.
I've been surprised how much, people just decided, overwhelm's not worth sparking stuff, or messing up the sparking stuff, so...
I think non-sparking red bleeders really like overwhelm still, because After him is probably... It's a fantastic counter, but because it's not a negate, is like it kind of makes it the worst. Yeah,
I agree. Yeah, it can sometimes like destroy stuff, but like still it's better if it was a counter. Yeah. The only thing like Victory Strike's like the only thing I can think that it's better than actually being a counter. But all right. Last couple of questions. One, so I guess I should have probably asked this earlier. So what turn were you probably finishing the game on? Was it like turn 3? Turn 3. Okay, that's what I expect.
Turn 3 was my average. I did turn 2 once. That was cool because it was like, how did I do it? It was like free cast the Child's Wish, play the Buu, personal mission that blew up, swing twice, go into EX.
Sense being,
yeah, all that good stuff. Oh, that's what it was. Yeah, I had double personal ambition, so I did the 7-drop Buu twice in one turn.
Okay.
And then on turn 2, and he just couldn't. There was nothing he could do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
but 4 is the lesser. 3 was definitely the. I will say I won a ton of dice rolls, and that's why I was killing on turn 3 a lot. So.
Yeah, because I could see this deck being really important. Not only being able to go off on turn 3, but also. Being able to not get rushed down on turn 2, so
yeah, the Bardock matchup was surprisingly tough on stream because he just Zeno'd away. It's like, oh crap. So
so that's what it's, and just for people who don't know, so the combo is Child's Wish to get the 3-drop out of Control Majin Buu. Majin Buu, you spend 1 blue energy, put a card under it, and get one of the 5-drops out. And then if you have the Ultimate Evil, you just spend another blue, and then he's a 60k triple attack, and then you can restand him 2 more times after that. So
yeah, and then he gets all the other subsequent boosts, like if you
Bean earlier,
or if you want to hit your opponent to 3 and you want to burn cards out of their hand, so you swing once with the 5-drop, restand him, and then give him triple attack, and then swing 3 more times, then he can effectively burn your opponent out. But I've learned that like just making that 7 and just putting him to 1 is just as detrimental as going like, okay, I'd rather crit you to 3 and then try to kill you with 3 attacks. Just hit him once and then battering him.
Yeah. And that's another thing. If you have battering in, don't be afraid. There should be unless he's got like 2 yellow energy open, they could battering your battering. Like just hit him hard.
If they got it, right? So, but it's weird. Like it's not. It's kind of a difficult deck to play because like if you get outed or stopped or anything like that, like you have to go into this mode of like, oh crap, now how do I kill you without all this? Because it's really hard to establish a Buu again. If you wished, if you flipped back to Dragon Ball, turn 4 in this deck you can do everything with one energy untap card. You can do everything instead. So if I didn't have the combo established by turn 4. I can do it on turn 4 completely from nothing. So usually what has to happen, though, is I have to have, like, an attacker. So, like, I'll leave a Goten inactive, and then he'll swing, and then Senzu can give it to the Buu.
Yeah, and then you can tap open a blue.
Buu turn 2, When you establish the turn 2, then you can just pass and just like you can just hard cast Child's Wish and be like, please don't out my Buu, and then just win next turn. So.
Yeah, and how consistently would you say that you were in a position on turn 3, not to necessarily win, but just get the combo off?
The combo was pretty much live, like at least turn 2. I was either I had the Child's Wish to play on 2 energy and then kill on turn 3, or I was looking for the last piece.
Sure. Okay.
Always.
Okay.
And it's weird. It's weird how sometimes and honestly, the combo isn't even just with the Kai. Like the Kai is the more or less, if your opponent has answers to your strategy, isn't solution, but he's the least important part. The important part is just to get the out of control and the Child's Wish, and then have enough, what you think your opponent has enough for negates for your batterings. That's really more or less what I'm looking for.
Yeah. And then I think that's it. So what all did you play this weekend? So you played a lot of Janemba Mill. Played
Janemba
an Android player.
Janemba round 1, Android 13 round 2. Sorry to that guy. Round 3 was Shenron Gogeta, and he didn't really. He was not happy about that. Round 4 was.
I could see this deck being really good against Shenron decks because they have no defense.
That is exactly why we brought the deck. 100%. We were like, what is Shenron Gogeta going to do to us when I'm on 3 energy and they're on 2?
Yeah.
And they go, okay, well, I objection. And then you just go, tap energy out. Do you play Power Burst to stop me? Like, no, okay.
Oh, okay.
All right, next game. Like,
even if they do, like, they still take life, which is, good.
Yeah. Round 4, I played Dylan Ashburn. That dude's deck was awesome. He was playing the blue-red Bardock crew, and it was I know he said he didn't draw the Chain Zeno game 3, and
that was your match on stream, correct?
That was my stream match, yeah.
Yes, okay.
It was a lot of fun. So.
Okay, I'll try to find that if that's somewhere. But yeah,
the judge fell asleep while we were playing. It was pretty funny. There's a moment where we stop and just kind of like there's nothing going on. That's because we're like, did this judge really just fall asleep? It's cool.
Yeah.
Round 5, I played Jonathan Rodriguez. He's from the Frieza deck. Yeah. That was really cool, but that is far and away this deck's like easiest matchup because opponent's aggro decks they don't aggro like I do, and he sided stuff in, but like it was Kobolas and he just didn't get there, and I spin away, like if you're not on the 3-drop Frieza, I just spin away your swap and just restart you, and you're just kind of like in a really bad position the whole game.
Yeah.
So round 6 I played I can't remember, he was the red blue Harugan player in top 16. I played him.
Eric Hill, I'm guessing.
No, not Eric. He was red blue Harugan.
Oh, red blue. Anthony McAuliffe?
Yes, that's
okay.
Him. Yeah, he was playing the Planet M2s and stuff like that. That was a really fun match.
Yeah.
And then I played Eric Goodwin and then Ryan Severin in the last 2 rounds. So 2 Janembas.
Yeah. And you beat Eric, but you lost to Ryan, right?
Oh yeah. I was playing like I think I played Ryan and like I swung and then like didn't activate my Buu and then like Senzu Bean, he was like Borgos. And I'm like, yeah, whatever. So, I was trying really hard to establish, just like, I know, I would think I was swinging with something that wasn't Buu, because I was still trying to establish a Buu, and then turn 5, and then it goes to me on turn 5, and he's like, I think I played a 3-drop Kai, and then I was like, okay, if he doesn't kill this Kai, next turn I can out his double Yajirobe, double Borgos board, and not die. So, because at that point I don't care about energy untapping, I just need to get to the Yajirobes, but Yajirobe's a good call, and Janemba.
Yep,
I won't ever tell Scott Dashy that, though.
Yeah, I think it's really important, especially it's super free because you can get back with Shenron if you have the 4-drop out too, which seems.
Do they still play that card?
I don't know. I've seen a lot of builds of it for. Just independent research. Yeah, I think it's
altogether.
Yeah, I think it's really good. And I guess last question with Scrambling Assaults and Goten being the card that gets banned from this deck. What are your thoughts on replacements, or what do you think?
I've been tossing it around. I was thinking the 15k yellow Goku, because it's not so much that the search is important with Goten. It is very, because it can nab you a piece, but a lot of the time I need an attacker. So like having to play against Janemba where I search and then bottom deck things, like the search might not give me what I need, but then they get to attack into my Goten for free, which by the way, that's a whole nother ramble about how Janemba's not really that great.
Yeah.
But if an attacker that is harder to kill is always going to be nice. I'm going to miss the top 3 check, but it's either that or switch to Roshi Shen. Potentially, I don't know. I haven't decided yet to test them both out because Roshi and Shen will just draw me cards, but then they don't pressure the opponent's leader enough.
Yeah, and my question was, what was more important, the card draw or just the attack? Because you are right. If it's a 15K, it's easy. If they probably won't target it because they know that you can't draws with with Goku, and which is usually good for you because then if you have to discard an out of control Majin Buu in your hand, you have an attacker that survived, and so just I do see that, and the only other card that I've seen people kind of tossing around, like the easy choice, is like the Caring Mother Videl. If you need the card draw, that's really important, but it really is. It's splitting up. What's more important to you? Do you want the pressure? Do you want the pressure, or do you want the card draw? And so
it's more or less like how good do you draw as a player? Like you're playing Shenron, so you're probably going to get somewhere between 5 to 7 free cards, depending on how you play the deck.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm not. I feel like when it comes to throwing combo pieces, I'm horrible at it. Yeah. So I would rather just kind of go the lucky. Like I just kind of not the lucky. Sorry, I'd rather go the draw with the Dragon Balls route. And then try to have the attacker, because a few times than not I would have loved to have Goten. If I sit down and draw Shenron, I don't care. Like I'd rather have the Videl then, because they can't attack me. But having the attacker would have been nice in a lot of scenarios. That's why Sorbet is also kind of nice, because I can just plop him down, people ignore him, and then I swing with them, and they're like, what? Like, it's just a 5K to allows me to send beam, whatever.
And then it's a 10K, so it's pressuring life still. So
no, I always give it to Buu.
That's right. You're right. That makes a lot more sense.
But it'll probably stay Bardock and maybe the Goku, because another thing about playing Shenron is like when people they're not really a lot of time worried about attacking you, and like whatever about Shenron Gogeta is, they're gonna kill me no matter what life total I leave myself at, because the deck has 0 defense. So if they just if they give like a facial tissue like triple attack, I'm probably gonna die to it. So I like using Bardock because it allows me to go into my life. And then like
resources,
take my resources from there, and then put that's the best part. The Shenron Vegeta player, I played like a mini Storm. It was turn 2 was Bardock, swing, swap to Goten, swing, Senzu Bean, Bardock, swing, swap to Goten, swing, pass, turn 2. He goes charge 2 energy, objection, pass, and I'm like, awesome! I get 2 searches of Goten now. So
that's why I think Goten's gotta go. Like it's 100%. If you're running yellow, you have to run this card, and then sometimes no matter what the rest of your deck is, you just win because of these 2 cards. So
100%.
So all right. Sorry.
I wish it would have just been like restricted to like Goku's lineage, because it's really fun to play in a lineage deck. But I wouldn't mind seeing more cards like Goten, but maybe like check top 3, grab like an extra card, or like maybe something like that.
Or have it be like a 5K, so it's not as oppressive, or
just like reveal the card, because like not knowing what your opponent has is. Because I could grab junk. I could grab a Sorbet off of it, and you'd be like, "Oh crap, you might have grabbed a super combo." But just not knowing what it is also horrible.
Yeah, I 100% agree on that. Just they got exactly what they needed, and you don't know what they needed, right? So well, cool. That's probably going to be it for us. Any shout-outs or anything to close this off?
Not really. Just I guess shout out to Team Login, I guess.
Awesome. So, all right. Thank you so much, Alex, for spending some time with me. This is a lot of fun. I haven't done a player interview in too long, so I really appreciate you reaching out to me.
If I ever top again, in like another 6 months, I'd love to come.
Oh, say that one more time.
I said if I ever top again in like another 6 months.
Okay, 3rd try.
Now it's just not worth it.
Oh, okay. I heard topping. And then I'm guessing you're just gonna. I'll sign you to exclusive rights to just my channel. How about that?
Deal. I was just saying I'll give it one more shot. Okay. I said if I top again in like 6 months, I'd love to come back on.
Yeah. This is a lot of fun. So, all right. Thank you so much for coming by. Thank you for anyone listening / watching this. Really appreciate it, and we'll catch you guys next time.
Bye bye.